Hey guys, what's up? This is Edgemeister, and today we're here talking about aim assist and bullet magnetism. Now, there's some people here on the console shooter community who don't think we need either, when they don't even understand what they are and how much life would suck without them. Now, it's a different story with PC shooters, because a mouse can give you a little bit more precise, ability to aim and shoot when you aim. I guess I don't know where I was going there, but the mouse is a bit more precise than a thumbstick. And one of the things that revolutionized console shooters was the introduction of aim assist and later on bullet magnetism. And what that let you do is it let people feel like they were being very precise with their thumbs on a thumbstick, when in reality they're just kind of like somewhat precise. They had to find a balance where a skilled player could still aim better than a non-skilled player, but a non-skilled player could still aim, and that's kind of balance that they found back in some of the older games like Halo Combat Evolved and stuff. Now, some people say, like, oh yeah, when I play Call of Duty, I like to turn off all the aim assist because it messes me up. I don't like aim assist. Aim assist is bad. I want to talk a little bit about why aim assist is a little bit more important in games like Halo or Destiny or any kind of game that takes a little bit longer to kill people as compared to Call of Duty. Now, with Call of Duty, it takes you a fraction of a second to kill someone. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I personally do not like that kind of gameplay, but that's just me. If you like it, there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing about that is you don't need a reticle on him for very long to kill him. You could even like shoot kind of a random and hit some bullets on him, and as long as he doesn't have better aim than you, you're still gonna get that kill. You don't need aim assist as much as in Call of Duty or whatever. And Call of Duty does have a lot of aim assist when it's on. I don't know if you can turn it off in some of the newer games. I just played some of the older games, but you kind of need aim assist a little bit more in longer time to kill games. And that's because in games like Destiny or Halo, you're not going to kill in a few seconds. If you miss a few bullets, that could mean you're going to lose that gunfight in that video game. But not only do you have to hit your bullets, you have to actually hit headshots. You have to be accurate on where you're hitting them. Yes, in games like Call of Duty, headshots do a little bit extra damage, but that's not something a lot of people aim for. Whereas in games like Halo and Destiny, you're aiming for those headshots. And that's a lot harder to do without aim assist. Go into a private match or a custom game in a game that takes a lot of time to kill someone. I'm not saying Halo and Destiny have very long time to kills, just longer than a lot of other games nowadays. But just go in there and just try to hit your teammates. Yes, if you're skilled, you can still hit your teammates. You can still be super accurate. And yeah, if you're like me, you can do it, but you're gonna miss a lot more. It's gonna be a lot harder, and it's gonna be frustrating. And yes, I do personally think that's a good way to kind of gain your skill, is to practice without aim assist. But that's practice. With those kind of games, you need aim assist. One thing I like to do to practice is go into Halo 2 Anniversary campaign and use the skull that takes away your aim assist. And I use that to train myself. I haven't done that in a while, and my aim's gotten a bit worse, but that's a great way to practice. Go into a mission where you get a sniper rifle and just try to put on the bandana skull so you get infinite ammo, and just try to no-scope people with your sniper rifle. That's a very good way to practice. I think a lot of people don't really get what aim assist is. And bullet magnetism. Although I don't agree with bullet magnetism. I'll explain what that is first as well. So first of all, aim assist is simply... I'll put a video from a Halo 5 The Sprint on screen after I finish, because I'm pretty sure they can explain it a little bit better than I can. But I'll try my best here. So aim assist is when you put your reticle over a player of, you know, the enemy team, and then your sensitivity gets a bit slower, and in some cases, if you're standing complete still and they move, it'll move a little bit with them. So it'll actually move your reticle for you to help you stay on. So like I said, it decreases your sensitivity and it moves it a little bit. And the amount that it decreases your sensitivity and the amount that it moves your reticle for you depends on the game, or in some cases, like Destiny, the weapon. In some games, like Call of Duty, you could be aiming down your sights with a sniper, someone could run by you, and it would follow him for a good amount of time, enough for you to snipe him easily. And that is 100% aim assist. Now, bullet magnetism is a little bit different. It's when you're shooting around somebody, but not necessarily hitting them. Your reticle isn't on their hitbox. Sometimes aim assist still kicks in, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes aim assist will kick in to pull you onto him a little bit. But other times, it'll just, if you shoot and the bullet is supposed to miss, the bullet will curve like it's being magnetized, which is, you know, bullet magnetism. So the bullet will actually curve in to hit the opponent when you're not even hitting him. Again, this is done to make console shooting feel a little bit more precise, but to a point where it is right now, it almost makes it feel a bit more sloppy. And the thing about bullet magnetism is you don't even notice it until you go back and look over gameplay or slow things down. And that's their goal. Like I said, their goal is to make you feel better than you actually are. So I'll go ahead and play the clip from Halo 5 The Sprint, and they explain it perfect.
And the simplest way I can put it is the sandbox team is responsible for all the toys you can find and use in the game. That means all vehicles, all weapons. Each weapon has a few different settings that makes the handling a bit different. One of the biggest parts is the aim assist. So you can see the reticle turns red when I'm close or almost on him. That means that the aim assist is fully engaged and your shots are going to go toward that target. Now, if we turn on the debug stuff here, you'll see a ton of different circles here. This little cross here that you see is actually where the bullets will bend towards, where your aim is actually corrected to. And as I go over him, you'll see it actually snaps to him. It kind of gets back to the center of my actual reticle. And this other angle out here, this is the magnetism. Magnetism basically means that we slow down your turning speed when you get close to an enemy, and the reason for that is that you won't just sweep over him, it'll kind of stick. And also, when you're inside of the magnetism cone, any movement that this guy does, your reticle will try and follow him to correct. So when a guy is strafing, if you're inside of the magnetism, you get a little bit of assistance to help track him. So you have to kind of find that balance where it's helping you enough.
Maybe you don't notice that it's helping that
much. Right. If we do our job well, you actually don't have any idea that this is going on.
Yeah, it just feels like you're that badass.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so now you've probably watched that and be like, I see. So that's exactly how it works. They show how it works. It's perfect. It's a perfect example. I'm so happy that they did this. And they also say their goal, that they want you as the player to feel like this is all you, that you aimed at that person. And you just kind of aimed in his general direction, and the game kind of took care of the rest. That's kind of how it worked. Now, yes, games like Halo have a lot less aim assist, but increasingly have been getting a lot more aim assist than in past Halos. And I'm okay with it. I'm just going to go flat out and say I'm okay with aim assist. Aim assist is needed. I don't care how much you say I don't like aim assist. Aim assist messes me up. In a way, I can see that. Yes, high aim assist can mess people up. It's messed me up before, where I'm aiming at one guy runs by, he takes the aim assist off. It's even a strategy in Destiny to avoid res snipes. That I can see, but you still need a little bit of it. You can't have zero aim assist. I hear people say like, "Oh yeah, they should just remove aim assist." No. If you want to retain all your fans, okay, think of it this way. You might be good. You might be within the top 10% of a game in terms of how good you are. That's a lot of people in that top 10%. That maybe that top 10% are the only amount of people that can actually play the game without actually using aim assist. The top 10%, which I'm like top 5 to 6% in Destiny, and I have a lot of troubles without aim assist just firing at my teammates, so I doubt that. Let's say top 4% are people that need aim assist. That's a pretty good chunk of the community. But that's only 4%. The other 96% of that game relies on aim assist. And half of them say, "Oh, I don't need aim assist, guys. I'm just that good. In Call of Duty, I take off my aim assist." It's a little bit different. Because, of course, you're aiming for the head, which is a smaller hitbox.
I got another Titan mark from the package.
And you just... It just takes a lot more to it. A game can't just take away aim assist. Yes, an option to say, I want to remove aim assist would, work for those guys. But then they would realize that they'd be very disappointed in themselves because everybody with aim assist would do so much better. Again, people say like, I don't need aim assist. I really don't. It messes me up. No, it doesn't. It's the only reason why you can freaking play the game. So shut the hell up and accept it. That's what it is. Now, it's bullet magnetism that I don't agree with. I'm okay with helping the players hit their targets. I'm okay with that. It's needed for a console shooter. But hitting the target for the players is something I'm not okay with. I don't think bullets should move in. With Halo 4, you had bullet magnetism on rocket launchers. You could see the rocket curve. What kind of person thought to put bullet magnetism on a rocket launcher? People do tests. They take a sniper rifle in Halo. They aim it just outside the red reticle range, aka where aim assist locks onto, so they're not even being controlled by aim assist. And they still manage to get the headshot off, or the shot off, and it hits them, even though your reticle isn't even red. That is something I do not agree with. Again, let me kind of sum this all up. Aim assist is needed. I don't care how good you are at a game. You need aim assist on a console shooter. Yes, some people say, "Oh, I don't play Call of Duty unless I turn off aim assist." No. You can do that if you want. But if you play against someone with the exact same skill as you, and he has aim assist turned on, then he will win 100... It's Call of Duty, so it's kind of a who shot first thing. So let's say 70% of the time.
I'm flying in my bike.
Now, there's only one way I find that people without aim assist could beat people with aim assist. And that is with a keyboard and mouse. Because although I find a keyboard and mouse very hard to use because I'm used to a controller, people who are good with keyboards and mice are freaking amazingly good with keyboards and mice. It's crazy how good some people are. And yeah, that's basically it. Blood magnetism. Bad. I don't like it. I think it should be taken out of all games. I mean, it might be okay with Call of Duty, because I don't think they really want too much of a skill gap there, yet they still put skill-based matchmaking in it. I don't know what they're thinking. But just take it off. And if you're keeping it on, maybe keep it on for some automatics, spray and play weapons, maybe some weapons that don't have the best accuracy. Like, for example, hand cannons in Destiny now have bloom, like the DMR did back in Halo Reach. So anything that can make it more consistent would be nice. So I bet you in Destiny several times, because of bloom, your hand cannon shots have missed, but because of bullet magnetism, they've hit. That I'm okay with. But anything that's dead accurate, like a sniper rifle that has bullet magnetism, is not okay and needs to be taken out. Like the fact that I am seriously good with the Halo 5 sniper means that there's something wrong with the game. Alright, so now that I'm done here telling you guys all about aim assist and bullet magnetism, I hope you guys are kind of learned a little bit here. The guys who say they don't need all that aim assist, yes you do. For the guys who say I don't need bullet magnetism, you might, but it shouldn't be there in the first place. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.